Hey guys, it's Scott from fxmissions.com. Just a note, I've finished the trilogy of anthologies from the forefront, and all 3 books are currently available on Amazon.
Take your leadership to the next level. It's time for the Foundational Missions Leadership Moment with Scott McClelland of FX Missions.
Hey, Scott McClelland here with your FX Missions Leadership Moment. Thanks for jumping in with us. Appreciate it very much. And we've got something of a treat today. I might say it. I'm thankful that my friend Joe de Lope, live from Mazatepe, Nicaragua.
What?
It's Joe de Lope. That's right. Joe's offered to sit in and co-host with us today as we're in the middle of our special series on relationships.
Ooh.
So, hi, Joe.
Hey, what's up? Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, man. No mucho, pero gracias por venir. Thanks for being here, Joe.
Oh, thank you, man. So thank you for the invitation.
Well, you know, it's super cool to have you on the podcast, and you've been here a few times over the años, over the years. Just with this series on relationships, I wanted to get some perspective other than mine and kind of break it up, make it a little more interesting. So really appreciate you jumping in. And I know you've done a little bit of preparation on the relationship stuff side because I gave you a little bit of heads up on this.
Yeah, I did.
We've been talking about relationships and how to value those and how are they important and what's some key elements to relationships. But when you think about relationships, Joe, what comes to mind?
Wow. Well, since the very beginning that I was thinking about relationship, this kind of topic, it's one of the topics that I really like the most. Because one of the things that I like to do everywhere I go, like no matter if it's far from my hometown or outside the country or inside the country, is to meet new people and to have good and healthy relationships everywhere I go. I've been asking many people about what do you think about relationship? Why relationships are so important? How do you take care of your relationship with someone that is outside the country or inside the country? There's no one thing, but like 5 things that comes to mind after the research that I've done with many people. Yeah, I kind of cheated a little bit. They're like faithfulness, transparency, truth, forgiveness, and faithfulness.
You said faithfulness twice, Joe. Are you busted on that?
And I'm going to explain why faithfulness is first and then is the last.
Oh!
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, that was a trick, Joe. Yeah, you got me on that, though, by the way.
Pay attention.
I thought I was paying attention. That's why I recognized it twice. So I tell you what, let's do this. We've got a lot of content here for just one podcast. So we do this as a short form. Can we take those first 2 or 3 and then we'll come back with a second installment here to finish up? Does that sound okay?
Sure, absolutely. So the first 2 are like faithfulness and transparency. I was asking this guy, which happened to be one of my coworkers, what's the most important thing whenever you go to a country? And then he was like, the beautiful part of a country or a place is people. Whenever you go there, having friends and having like good relationships are very important, because if you go to a new country and then you know 0 people, you are literally alone, but because you don't know anybody. And then it's so much different when you go to, again, same country, but you know many people. And then you feel like, wow, I think I belong here. You know, I think I'm committed to be here, to do something, to visit this people, to visit this guy, to visit this family that was hosting me the last time. And then you start, building relationships with the whole family. Maybe the last time was 1, but this time it will be like the whole entire family. And then the more faithful you keep with them in contact, in feedback on how their daily life is going, like, hey, how are you doing? It's like keeping that connection warm. When you are like cooking something, you cannot just turn your back away of the kitchen, because otherwise you're going to get burned. So that it happened to me, because last night I was cooking something and then I was like, I forgot that I was boiling chicken, and then I was like, okay, this is not good. But yeah, so this guy was telling.
So you got to keep your eye on
Yeah,
it. Right? You got to keep on the relationship side. You got to keep your eye on it. Right. Go ahead.
Otherwise, it's gonna be cold, and then the connection will be decreasing, and then the time when you get to connect again, it won't be the same. Well, it'll be like a little bit different.
Wow.
Like, hey, how have you been doing? It's been a long, and then that conversation is gonna be just for a little while, and then you're gonna be just like, well, this is what happened, and then just giving those short answers and short questions that won't feed that conversation. But whenever you keep like asking them, and you keep yourself like, I feel like I need to keep talking to you, and and having great time together, like in fellowship as family, maybe from another country, but in the same family together, or through social media. Now everything is easy, just to click a button and then send a text or send something. And then the other thing, which I said is the second one and the most important one, which is, I mean, they are all important.
Sure.
But it's linked to the first one, which is faithfulness on your conversation. So the warmer you keep it, the healthier it will get.
Mm-hmm.
Transparency, it's one thing that I really pursue in someone whenever I meet, because you need to be totally transparent with someone. So you cannot be pretending to be someone that you're not, because otherwise, that relationship will be fake. Because whenever the time when it gets to be revealed, your true life, it's going to be disappointed.
Wow.
It happened to me once when I went to Honduras and I met these people. So I was in a team. It was a short-term mission trip. It was just for 3 days, but I was just like being someone that I was not used to be. Like, I used to be an introvert, but I was just like pretending to be someone like, a drama king. I won't say a drama queen. But yeah.
Wow.
I was just being like trying to be the center of attention. Like, this is happening in my life, and this is this, and this is that. And then I was just making friends in a wrong way.
Yeah.
So and then all of a sudden, this little kid comes to me and asks me, hey, I would like to know your family. You said this and that, but we want to see if that is true. And then they came down to visit me. And then when they saw me, it was a different reality. And then we had that same friendship, but it was like having those walls in between us, like transparent walls, like isolating glass.
Yeah.
We were looking at each other, but still inside of us, it was like, oh, you lied to me. And then the first lie is like a wide open door for another one, and then another one, and then another one. And it becomes a habit.
Wow.
Like not showing who you really are. And something that I've learned through all these years, like if I was old, it's like, I'm not old, man. Attitude lets you be who you really are. So if you take a good, transparent attitude with someone else that you're getting to know, that relationship with that friendship will be, a lot stronger than just one day. It's like there's no great thing than knowing someone that is truly honest, truly transparent, and is not hiding behind a mask. It's so important to be, who you are, because God made you unique, original, and there's no another copy of you.
Yeah.
So what would you like to hide who you really are, pretending to be someone else?
I think sometimes people do that when they don't like who they are, or they don't trust the person that they're interacting with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we have to grow in our sense of self in order to be confident, to be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, in some ways, we have to trust the other person. As your relationship grows, your ability to be transparent also grows with it.
Right.
So never should we be someone that we're not. We should always be that who we really are.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, we should realize that our transparency is going to grow as our trust with someone grows. And normally that happens over time.
Right.
Jesus reveals himself to us like this also. He reveals, as we get to know him better, he reveals more and more about himself to us and who he is. It makes sense what you're saying. That's super cool, Joe. So we're going to double back. Right now we're up to our time for round 2.
Yep.
But tell me again, what are those 5 keys? We've covered 2 of those. What are the 5 again?
It's faithfulness, transparency, forgiveness. The last one was faithfulness, but I forgot the other one. I forgot.
Was it trust, Joe?
Trust. Yeah, that was the third one. Man, I can't.
You got to write this.
Yeah,
I know you're smart, but you got to write.
Yeah, I got to write them because I was like, I just kept it in the back of my head. I was like, oh, I know this, I know that.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, so
no problem. But hey, we're gonna double back here. After the second one, we'll get your contact information. Someone wants to reach out to you,
sure,
to get more of your scan on that.
Cool, man. Absolutely.
Thanks for being with us, Joe. Yep. All right, bro.
All right.
All right. Scott McClelland here for your FX Missions Leadership Moment. To contact me or us, please do so at fxmissions.com. Till next time, have a good one.
This leadership moment was produced in partnership with Engaging Missions. Have your leadership question answered by